This video is on simplifying trigonometric expressions. So you're going to use the quotient identities for tangent and cotangent. Remember, they're just flipped. The reciprocal identities, where sine and cosecant are reciprocals of each other. Cosine and secant are reciprocals of each other. And tangent and cotangent are also reciprocals of each other. Okay, some of the time you need to use the Pythagorean identities too. So cosine squared theta plus sine squared theta equals 1. Tangent squared theta plus 1 equals secant squared theta. And cotangent squared theta plus 1 equals cosecant squared theta. So we're going to go ahead and simplify some expressions. I'm just going to zoom in and we're going to do this first one. Tangent theta times sine theta divided by secant theta. So when you're simplifying expressions, you want to get it reduced as much as possible. And sometimes it's just easier if you write everything in terms of sine and cosine, so you can simplify it as much as possible. So if you look back at your trigonometric identities, it'll always help you to remember what everything equals. So tangent theta equals sine theta over cosine theta. And this is multiplied by sine theta right here, divided by secant theta is 1 over cosine theta. All right, one thing that you can do when you have division, you can do keep the first part the same, change division to multiplication, flip your second fraction over. So I'm going to do keep it, change it, flip it. So we have sine theta over cosine theta multiplied by sine theta. This would be on top because it'd be over 1. If I want to put it over 1, I can. Multiplied by, I'm going to flip this over, cosine theta over 1. Okay, so we're going to cancel anything out that's the same on top and bottom. So I have a cosine theta divided by cosine theta equals 1. Think of 5 divided by 5 equals 1. So they can cancel each other out if it's the same thing and everything's being multiplied together. So I'm left with sine theta times sine theta, which is sine squared theta, over 1, but I don't have to write that, so this is my answer, reduced as much as possible. All right, this one, we have a few more things going on over here. I have secant squared theta minus 1. Okay, so if I look back, I know that tangent squared theta plus 1 equals secant squared theta. But if I subtract 1 from both sides, I would get tangent squared theta equals secant squared theta minus 1. So I know this part right here is equal to tangent squared theta over sine theta times, here I have the cotangent theta. I'm just going to rewrite that. So cotangent theta is cosine theta over sine theta multiplied by cosecant 1 over sine theta multiplied by cosine theta. All right, tangent squared theta gives me sine squared theta over cosine squared theta, and this is over sine theta. The top part is multiplied by cosine theta over sine theta multiplied by 1 over sine theta multiplied by cosine theta. I'm just going to put it over 1. So I'm just going to deal with anything that I can on the top and bottom first. Okay? So here I know that on top, sine squared theta is just sine times sine, which I have a sine times sine on bottom. So those actually cancel each other out, because one of the sines on top and bottom cancel each other out, the other sines on top and bottom. All right, here I have on top cosine times cosine. On bottom, cosine squared, well, that's just cosine times cosine. So those also cancel each other out. So I'm left with 1 divided by 1 on top, which is just 1. So I have 1 on top and sine theta on bottom. And I can simplify that further. So we know that 1 over sine theta is cosecant theta. So that is simplified as much as possible. So you always want to reduce it as much as you can. All right, here are 2 problems for you to go ahead and try. Go through them, pause it here. When you're ready, I'll go through the answers with you. All right, here we have sine over, okay, tangent is sine over cosine multiplied by cosine. All right, so I'm just going to simplify what's on bottom first. Remember, this can be over 1. Cosine divided by cosine is 1, and sine theta over 1 is just sine theta. So this is sine over sine. Well, anything when you divide it by itself, it always equals the number 1. So this one reduces to the number 1. All right, over here we have a lot going on. We'll just take it one step at a time. All right, 2 cosine theta times, okay, we have tangent is sine over cosine multiplied by 3 cosine. All of this over, remember I can put these over 1 if I want, just so I can see what's on top, what's on bottom. Then on bottom, cotangent is cosine over sine multiplied by sine, and again I can put it over 1. So I'm going to start doing what's on top first. I have a cosine divided by cosine is 1. Remember, this 2 is just multiplied by on. Same with this 3 times. So these cosines can cancel each other out. Okay, so that means on top, I'm going to zoom out a little, I have 2 times 3 is 6 multiplied by sine multiplied by cosine. On bottom, and if you want to put the times sign, multiplication sign, you can. All right, on bottom, sine divided by sine is 1, so I have cosine over 1, which is just cosine. And now I can reduce this final step. Cosine divided by cosine is 1, so I'm left with 6 sine theta. That is my answer.